Hello cadets, welcome back to online video session. In previous video, we studied about geography. From today, we will start with history. Let's know about our past. I will start with first chapter, what, where, how and when. To find out about yesterday, one could listen to the radio, television and read a newspaper. But what about long ago? There are several things we can find out. What people ate, the kinds of clothes they wore, the houses in which they lived. We can also find out about the lives of hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, craftspersons, artists, musicians, and scientists. Where did people live? Earlier, people were nomads. They didn't live in permanent houses. People have lived along the banks of River Narmada for several 100,000 years. Some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food. They knew about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forests and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce for their food. They also hunted animals. Some of the areas of Sulaiman and Kirthar hills to the northwest, where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley, about 8,000 years ago. People also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, and cattle and lived in villages. There were some of the other areas where agriculture developed are Garo Hills to the northeast and Vidhyans in central India. The places where rice was first grown are to the north of Vindhyas. River Indus and its tributaries. Tributaries are smaller rivers that flow into a large river. About 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the bank of Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast. The area along these rivers to the south of Ganga was known as Magध, which is now in state of Bihar. Its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Kingdoms were also set up in other parts of the country. Traveling of the people. Throughout, people traveled from one part of subcontinent to another. The hills and high mountains, including the Himalayas, deserts, rivers, and seas, made journey dangerous at times, but never impossible. So men and women moved in search of livelihood, as also to escape from natural disasters like floods and droughts. Sometimes men marched in armies, conquering others' lands. Besides, merchants traveled with caravans or ships carrying valuable goods from place to place, and religious teachers walked from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instructions and advice on the way. Finally, some people perhaps traveled driven by a spirit of adventure, wanting to discover new and exciting places. All this led to sharing of ideas between people. Let's have a look about the subcontinent map. This is a map of South Asia, including present countries of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka, and neighboring countries Afghanistan, Iran, China, and Myanmar. South Asia is often called a subcontinent because although it is smaller than a continent, but it is very large and is separated from rest of Asia by seas, hills and mountains. People from across the frontiers also came into the subcontinent and settled here. These movements of people enriched our cultural tradition, and people have shared new ways of carving stones, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundreds of years. Thank you.